อันเดมันจะยับได้เนาะครับเราก็บ่ยับบ่ยับเอาแบบนี้ซะโอ้เฮ้ so good good evening everyone
Good evening.
yeah today we are going to discuss on Dhamma yeah, and general right?
General Dhamma.
general topic but related to Buddhism to Dhamma. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Venerable Sanyadet Wongsapat. He is Venerable Tiyai. He just graduated from Myanmar. He is an alumni of Ong Tu Sangha College, right?
Yeah.
But he graduated from Myanmar. Yeah, study at IT BMU, right? International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University. Yeah. Today we have special mission to come here Luang Prabang in order to participate in their meditation Vipassana meditation project that co-organized by Lao Buddhist Sangha and Luang Prabang and the Embassy of Myanmar Embassy to Laos. So we are join this program on behalf of Lao Central on behalf of Central Buddhist Fellowship Organization of Lao PDR. Yeah. So can you tell me about your experience studying in Myanmar? How do you feel? What did you get from Myanmar? Is it different from here in Laos? And did you practice meditation before? I mean in Myanmar.
Yeah. That's my experience in Myanmar. At the first time when I arrived there, it's like everything was new, was surprise for me, and of course I felt stressful at the first time as well because I have to integrate it to the environment, the society, the culture, everything over there. It's like it took me around 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, actually, to integrate and to be familiar with everything.
Okay.
But after that, it is okay. It's fine for me. I can live. Happily because I can integrate. I know how to live. And over there, and as is international university, so it's they teach in English specifically, and it's like every subject it is in English, right there. Pali, Vipassana, Samatha, Vidya, Abhidhamma, and other subjects as well. So it was a great opportunity for me to develop my English.
Wow, that's great.
Especially my speaking skill. Before that, I was very shy to speak in English, but when I studied in Myanmar, it's like I stepped out from that fear zone.
That's interesting.
And also over there, I studied many Buddhist subjects. As I mentioned before, Pali language, Abhidhamma, Vidya, Vipassana, Samatha, and other Buddhist subjects as well. So it is Buddhist studies specifically.
So when you are at the dormitory, you have to speak English with other students?
Yeah, because they will separate it for 2 sections. It's like two hostels for local students and for for foreign overseas students.
Mm-hmm.
So at overseas student hostel,
Mm-hmm.
there are students from different countries. So it means that we have to speak English
Together.
almost all the time.
Yeah.
So I only speak Lao with Lao students only.
Sometime, right?
Yeah, sometimes only. Yeah.
So it means that every day you have to communicate in English
Yeah,
with other students.
Yeah, it's like it's a compulsory useful to speak English only.
That's good. I see your improvement. You are totally different from when you were Lao before.
Yeah.
After you graduate from Myanmar.
Yeah.
So I strongly recommend for students, for those who interested in studying in Myanmar, you can, you can join the program in Myanmar every year. I think every year they have the examination, right? They have
scholarship.
Okay, provided by Burmese embassy, Myanmar embassy, right?
Yeah, and also from university.
From the university.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will have scholarship available in start from
During which month?
Yeah.
March, April, during this time, right?
Start from November,
Okay.
December, January, February.
So in what area of the subjects or what level of English should be prepared for the examination?
First of
Would
all,
you recommend?
at least you should be you should have basic English knowledge first. Even though you are not capable in speaking fluently, but at least you have some basic knowledge, right?
Oh, okay.
Especially in grammar, because examination they focus on grammar.
Oh, okay. So the grammar is important, right? It's necessary for students.
Yeah, necessary, and the most important is interview. They have two sections, right, for examination. Writing and interviewing.
Yeah, okay. So related to the Buddha's teachings, what topics of the Buddha's teachings will appear in the examination?
It's general.
Especially about the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Paths, something like that.
The Noble Eightfold Path, the five precepts, and around the four Suppan states of mind, Brahmavihara. Yeah, and other Buddhist knowledge as well. It's just the basics knowledge. Yeah. But at least you have to prepare actually, because if you know in Lao, right, but you have to study in English version as well.
So nowadays, what do you do?
Yeah. After I graduated, I stayed in Wat Pa Dan Park in Pon Hong. So over there, I do a lot of things.
You do a lot of things. So you have opportunity to use English, to speak English before? Where? Sometime, right?
Yeah, there's sometimes as my I have appointment, right, to help Ajahn Kola to help his work as a translator. Like that. And also in my monastery, I teach English for young novices every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, so you gain merits from teaching.
Yeah.
From teaching novice.
And
that is a very good preparation for them in order to study in Myanmar in the future. I think they will follow your step. Yeah.
And this year specifically, there is a novice who takes examination for Myanmar scholarship.
Wow.
I also helped him a lot in preparation.
Sometime I found out that at your monastery, You have like a meditation camp, right?
Yeah.
That's a very good program.
Yeah.
So in the meditation camp, there are some foreigners to practice meditation with you.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And for this program, we named it camping and meditation.
Okay, camping and meditation.
Yeah. So it's like we have every month.
Every month, okay.
Yeah. Mostly at the end of the month. Yeah. So normally there will be a lot of people, specifically from Vientiane.
From Vientiane, okay.
Joy.
So if there are some foreigners would like to practice meditation at your temple, can you guide them in English?
Yeah, of course. If any foreigner who want to practice meditation, even to learn about the lifestyle of monk, how we live over there as a Watpa or forest monastery lifestyle, you can join us any time. Just let us know that how many people you will come, and so that we will available. Okay.
So I think your temple is only temple that provides camping and meditation in Laos, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
That is very good program, you know.
Yeah.
When I visited Korea, I found out that in Korea they have some kind of temple stay. Yeah, they have the temple stay program for many temples in Korea, and the foreigner they're interested to stay in the temple to practice meditation. But they call like a temple stay, like a homestay, you know.
Homestay.
If you talk about homestay, it means somebody come to stay at somebody's home, somebody's house, just for relax, for on their journey. But for temple stay, the foreigner learn to practice meditation, and then they learn some kind of monastic activities. So I think that your temple is the only temple in Laos provide this kind of project. Yeah. I found it's very very useful and very interesting.
Yeah. And if it's possible, and if you have free time, as we also would like to invite you to join us. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And you don't have to worry about the place you stay, the food to eat.
Okay.
We have plenty of.
Actually, like a wandering monk, you know. I consider myself as a wandering monk, even I am not really a wandering monk. But wherever I go, I just adapt myself to the environment, to the situation. I think if I have only a small tent, I can stay wherever I am, you know. I don't worry about it. Even you have a very beautiful kuti.
Over there we have a lot of tents.
Okay.
For you.
Okay. I also have my own tent, okay? But yeah, maybe in the future I will join.
Yeah,
I hope that
very
in the future.
welcome.
Yeah. You know, to speak English, to speak English can help us improve our speaking skills.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So in order to speak very well, I mean, we have to practice very often. So if you have this kind of thing like a camping and meditation program, every month, once a month, especially you invite all of the foreigners who come to Laos, if they interest in this program, they can join. For me, if my temple is in the forest, I also would like to have this kind of program. But Ong Tu is in the city center, a very noisy and crowded place, so it's not suitable for this program. Anyhow, do you have any do you have any plan to continue your studying?
Yeah, of course. I have a plan to continue my master degree
Yeah.
somewhere.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So do you plan to spend the rest of your life in the monastery?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a tough question. For me, I am getting older and older. You know, I don't know. But for you, you are still young. You know, so you may have a difficult answer to this question. Yeah. But I can suggest you that in order to stay longer in the monastery, you have to practice meditation every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope you can do.
But so far, as my own experience, it's like I can live as a monk. I can live in the monastery. It's like I am familiar with this kind of conditions.
Okay.
So I don't worry much about where should I live, as what conditions as I live as a layman or as a monk. And I understand by myself that I don't know if you will get me or not. As I see the life of the lay people, they have family, the children have to raise for their family, and they have many works to do and everything, right? It's like it's such a stressful, tired, and so boring cycle of life. So I see that it's like in Pali is called samveka.
Samveka.
Yeah, not something like that. Yeah. So I understand it. So why we have to live in that such condition, right? So we can't escape from that condition. So we live as a monk is we can live happier, free. We can do whatever we want, or we can go anywhere we want. Something like this.
So it's like if we live in outside, you know, like a secular life.
Yeah.
It seems like we are slave of our own craving.
Yeah.
Of our own tanha, something like this. Maybe anyone, I mean ordinary people, they want to follow their craving. And then after that, when they when they do as they want, depending on their tanha, and then they will be a slave of their own desire. I mean sexual desire. And then that cause suffering. Cause suffering. And that suffering can hold them to live as a household life, and that is the way of how to say, the way of human being or sentient being, and then they will travel far in the samsara. I mean, the circle of samsara. But in the monastic life, like a holy life, like us, we have better opportunity to practice, to shorten our life. I mean, shorten our samsara. As long as we practice, and then we are closer and closer to the nibbana, I think. Unless we don't practice. So,
as the Buddha said, right, in Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the life of lay people just circle in these three things, right? Sensual desire, karma, and pochana, food, something to eat, and reputation. So it's like their everyday life just circle in these three things, right? Sensual desire, food, and reputation.
Reputation.
Yeah, reputation, and these three things is like it's
yeah.
a big burden for their life.
Yeah.
But we as a monk, so we can cut off the sensual desire and reputation. Right? We have only one thing: food or eating matters.
Yeah. We need only the 4 requirements.
Yeah, 4 requisites.
4 requisites. Yeah.
But as a monk, we eating as a monk and eating as a lay people is different, right? So as the Buddha said, Masane Matanyuta, like we eat just to live our life. That's right.
We live in moderation. Just to eat for practice and not eat to live, not live to eat. The life in the monastery is eat to practice.
So we can see that if we can practice like this, it's like we can distinguish our big burdens, right? It's not like lay people life.
But even we know that the life of monk, monastic life, and secular life is different. But not all people can do like us. Not all people can become a monk. I think that the reason why we are monk, I think because we have accumulated the perfection of punya from previous life, many lifetime. Otherwise, we cannot stay like this. I think.
And another thing is that to become a monk for a long time, it's like you have to be happy or to be peace to live in this condition as a monk.
Of course.
If you are not pressure about to live in this lifestyle, you cannot. But to be peace, you have to understand the way of monk, how to live, and the teaching of the Buddha, especially for simple life. To live a simple life.
I think I am very small in the screen. You look very big. I think I have to come closer. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, living as a monk is the way of renunciation. We practice nekkhamma. Nekkhamma, perfection. That is one of the 10 perfection in Buddhism. Even though we are monk. For me, even though I am a monk, I still have kilesa. But I can stay as a monk. The reason why I still stay as the monk, because I practice, I cultivate my perfection, especially nekkhamma parami. Some people may think that being a monk is someone who attain enlightenment or attain some kind of noble spiritual level like that, but not really. We still have kilesa, but we apply the Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings, to subdue the kilesa, to observe ourselves, practice day by day, observe our own kilesa day by day, in order to sustain the monkhood until we die. For me. But for you, still young, I think that you can do also.
I try.
You try, okay? You try.
And as my own experience is like, if you want to subdue your defilements, right, you have to follow the simple way of life and the guidance of the Buddha, and also to practice meditation regularly to have calm mind. And at the time you have calm mind, it's like everything, the desire will reduce.
Okay.
and then you will have wisdom. You have wisdom to understand your life, to understand the truth, and you will understand what will you do in your life, something like this. Yeah. So peace of mind is very necessary to live as a monk. Not only to subdue your defilements, but also it's like a protection. It's an armor to protect you from outside defilements that will come. It's like to do harm or pull you out, something like this.
It means that we have to be mindful when we see, when we hear, when we contact with something that external, external like objects. Like when the eye see the picture.
But to be mindful with everything come to you, or every action you do. As I said, you have to have peaceful mind or calm mind first. If without calm mind, you don't have mindfulness at all.
So that means we have to practice meditation every day. Not every day, every moment, as long as we can, right?
Every moment.
In order to have a very strong mind, I mean, the calm mind, strong mind, can be cultivated through meditation practice, and then we have to have like a mindfulness meditation. Otherwise, we will be shaken by all kinds of external subjects, external things that come into contact to our sense, like ear, eye, nose, whatever.
As for me, meditation or concentration, samadhi, is like a mountain, right? It's like a big mountain that it can sustain. It can sustain and it can protect from all kind of things that it will make it wavering, right? I mean that it's like if you sustain your mind, if your mind is stable, it's that you don't have to be wavering with the external things that will come to your mind. It's like whatever come, so you can stay, you can manage, you can confront it.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone raise the question. If you have any question, or if you don't understand, or if you understand, you can leave comment here. Today is a very special program discussing in English. Discussing in English with a monk who just graduated from Myanmar a year ago, right? Last year. But anyhow, even he graduated from foreign country. He didn't disrobe his day as a monk, in order to help promote Buddhism. To help the Sasana.
Lately, my monastery doing propagating the Buddha teaching a lot, especially for the young students.
Okay. Who is that? Who is that watching? If you have any comments, any question, you can leave the question, leave the comment here. So I think you can continue your program like every month you teach the people, especially the foreigner. I see that Ajahn Son, he graduated from America. He got a PhD from America. His English is very, very good English. He can help you a lot, that temple. Maybe some of you maybe get some kind of motivation from him to study English.
He is very supportive.
Supportive to this program. Right?
And also he is like a main supporter of our monastery as well.
Wow, great.
Especially for education.
For education, okay. maybe sometime I will, go and visit your temple and spend a day there.
Yeah.
Maybe help you.
Yeah.
If you want me, okay? If you
Okay.
want me.
If you can, we welcome.
Okay. Actually, I would like to have my own temple. I would like to set up my own temple, but I don't have any land. I would like to have a piece of land to set up a forest temple in order to provide to international program for foreigners who come to practice meditation. But I have to, practice my own myself. I have to know something to share with them. Yeah, now I am thinking about that, but I'm not sure.
I think if as long as you have a strong mind,
Okay,
strong
okay.
ambition to do this, one day you will.
Yeah, one day.
You will have, of course.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah, in the future.
The temple where I stay is not my ideal temple. Yeah, my ideal temple should be, there should be trees near the forest monastery, near the mountain, near the rice field somewhere.
Few people.
Yeah. I think that would be my ideal temple. But anyhow, wherever I stay, wherever I stay, I thought to myself that I would help something. Like if I don't teach meditation, I would help in the field of education. Yeah, that is what my, my program, my plan. Okay, do you understand? What time now? So do you have any recommend or suggestion for those who want to study in Myanmar? What should they prepare?
Yeah. If you want to study in Myanmar at ITBMU, I recommend you to prepare your English. At least you should have basic English, English knowledge first, and then you just follow the university Facebook page. They will announce about the scholarship. And lately they have online examination.
Really?
Yeah, so it's very easy right now.
Very easy, okay.
And you can apply online as well by your own.
Great.
Yeah. And they will open the new academic year in June, this coming June.
Oh, okay. Ajahn Dao Huang, if you have any students, disciple, you can encourage them to prepare for studying in Myanmar. Ajahn Dao Huang is also alumni of ITBMU.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, maybe you know him, right?
Yeah.
But this day I don't see he speak English. I don't see he speak English. So maybe he forgot already. If not forgot, maybe in the future I would have, live stream with him speaking English. I think would be okay, right?
Yeah. Maybe 3 of us.
Yeah, 3 of us, or maybe other monks also can join.
Yeah.
And practice speaking English online, so that foreigner will come and see and know what we are talking about.
Yeah, okay. And about Myanmar scholarship, moreover, if you don't understand or you want to know more, you can contact me anytime, about this scholarship. And also Ajahn Kola as well.
Yeah. So for me, I would like to recommend to clarify that even you study Buddhism, at the same time you can gain the English knowledge as well. Because the program is taught in English. So at the same time when you study Buddhism, you know English, you learn, and then it's some kind of you study in English program somewhere. But the knowledge matter, subject matter you gain from this is specifically in English.
Yeah. I think it's not only English that you will get from
Life
from
skills.
this, yeah, but also all other skills as
Other
well.
skills, okay. Especially analytical thinking skill, critical
analytical,
thinking skill,
and also it's like I can say that about
broaden.
About traveling experience,
Wow.
how to live in a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's like it's open you to the international level, I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can pass from this country, so you can live or you can travel to any country in this world. I think.
Yeah. Actually, the Buddha's teachings cover all kind of subjects, and I think all the fields of the subject.
Yeah.
If you want to know, you can go and read from the Tipitaka.
Yeah.
Within 45 volumes in the Tipitaka, there are many things. You can learn life skill. You can learn some kind of politics, economics, philosophy, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, learning, studying Buddhism, it doesn't mean that you study Buddhism. It means that you learn something more than that.
Yeah, not only Buddhist knowledge only. You also study another knowledge as well.
Okay. So today I think it's enough for us to have discussion, to discuss about this kind of topic, especially studying in Myanmar and general topic about Buddhism. It is my first time to interview you, okay? And you are, of course, you used to live in Wat Om Tu.
And I also used to be your student.
Yeah, you're my student. You know how proud am I? To see you improve in speaking English. He used to study with me at Om Tu Sangha College Temple, and then he continued his study and in ITBMU, International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University in Myanmar. And then when he come back, his English is more advanced. That can communicate with foreigners and can help monks, can help in the field of Buddhist activities in Laos, especially even can teach meditation as well, I think. So, and of course you teach the novice, a young novice at your monastery every day, that you may gain a lot of merits from your teaching. I hope in the future you continue you pursue your education for further education, especially for higher degree, master degree or PhD in the future. And before you attaining that label, you have to practice. You have to cultivate your inner energy, inner strength. That is the mental strength. Okay.
Of course.
Through practicing meditation, in order to, sustain your monkhood to live. Okay, and you can help other, can help the sasana or religion and the country. So thank you very much for today for discussing, and nobody gave any comments or any question. So I would like to say good night for all of us who are watching now, and for those who will watch later as well. So have a nice stream, and may all of you be well and happy. See you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.